What do these two things have in common, even if they're worlds apart? Welcome back to a vision experiment with me, Ty, talking Apple Vision Pro, spatial computing, applications, accessories, and more. And on this episode, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about social within the XR industry. Let's have a look at the most recent headsets here in the Apple Vision Pro and the Meta Quest 3S. And obviously the fact that these two products provide experiences that have similarities but aren't necessarily exactly the same. One of the biggest things that I hear all the time is that XR, and particularly VR, is very isolating, is a very singular experience product. It's something that you can't really socialize in. And I'm here right now to dispel that, because it's just simply not true. I've been in this world of XR for a very long time, utilizing things from Oculus way back when, before Meta even owned them or Meta even existed. The reality now is that Meta have taken on that mantle that Oculus first started, and we're here right now with the Quest 3S and the options within that device for you to be active and social with real people. They may be behind avatars that you individually build within these different applications, but the reality is that they are people, and you get to know amazing people and grow in amazing communities. I could talk all day, but the reality is, let's get into it. Let's talk more about it. Do you use social platforms on the devices that you have in your homes or at your work? And if you do, what are they? Please comment down below what you've been using. But in this video, we're going to have a look at what's available for these two devices. If you do like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to do, and I really appreciate it. So firstly, we're going to go with Apple Vision Pro. It is the most expensive out of the two by far, at £3,500 in the UK, $3,500 in the US, and a very expensive headset all around. This headset predominantly, in my opinion, is very much more on the productivity side and the media consumption side. This, on the other hand, is far more aimed towards maybe gaming, and the gaming experience on here is fantastic. It definitely has the ability to do levels of productivity. You can communicate using applications such as WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, and with this you can contact people using FaceTime and iMessage, even being able to use WhatsApp as well. You have abilities to communicate and socialize in these headsets. They aren't so isolating as you may believe. But we can take it to a totally new level, because not only can you do what is almost like similar to using your smartphone or a tablet, you can also do things more spatially, and that's where these come into their own. Vision Pro has the capability to do spatial FaceTime. This is utilizing something called a persona, which is a digital scan of you. When you buy the Vision Pro, you have the ability to scan in your face and create what is seen as a persona. It's a representation of you as you are. And you could also do something called spatial personas, which take you out and make you more 3D, and it gives you more spatial audio, and it allows you to do certain social things with SharePlay, which is Apple's own way of being able to collaborate with more people and do more things, play games, be social, show media to more than just yourself in this device. Sharing is an incredible thing that you can do with SharePlay and personas, but personas also extend out to apps, and one of the biggest and probably the only right now platform that I would say to go on when it comes to Apple Vision Pro is InSpace. InSpace is a fantastic resource for meeting people that are part of the Vision Pro community who are incredibly talented in so many different ways and have amazing knowledge of technology or whatever their chosen passion is. And they're able to share things like 3D models. They're able to show imagery, spatial photos, spatial video, and more. It's a fantastic application that not only can you do it from a windowed position where you've got people who are in the room seated and you see them in their own little window and their own personas speaking to you like a group session conversation. You can also go into a more immersive way of being in that room, which basically feels like you're in sort of around a table with seats and everyone's in their own window sort of looking in your direction, and you can turn and look and spatially hear people in their own positions. It's amazing. It's something, if you haven't done it, it's well worth doing it. What I would say is that not quite as wow as doing a spatial FaceTime. It's different, but it's still amazing, and I got to know some incredible people since joining InSpace after picking up my Vision Pro. One thing that I will say about InSpace is that it does offer so many different things that you can do within it. You can play games as well. You can create your own space and you can put your own photos onto the wall in that space. You can have music in that space. You can decide what you see out of the window in that space. It is something where you can kind of take a little bit of pride in inviting people into your space if you so choose to. But what I'll say is that the majority of people that are probably watching this video are Quest users as well, or they're just solely Quest users. And the important thing about Quest 3 and Quest 3S is the ability to have mixed reality. So much like the Apple Vision Pro allows you to see the real world through pass-through cameras, the Quest 3 started that for Meta, and they've now brought it to their more budget model, but yet newest model in the Quest 3S. You've got color pass-through cameras that allow you to see into the real world, but you can also augment windows into that world so that you can access people through those messaging applications that I told you about, whether it be WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, whether you want to access your emails through a browser. But when it comes to doing things closer to InSpace, the biggest ones right now are both Meta Horizon Worlds and n-gage. So to elaborate on those two different platforms and what they're for, I personally would divide them into two different types of social groups. You've got Meta Horizon Worlds, which offers some amazing media content that you can go and watch with other people, whether it be comedians, whether it be sports, whether it be entertainment. It's an offering that Meta really want to push, get you guys to go and socialize within their platform. You can also play games, and you can play games that are first-person shooters, but realistically they are a little bit more cartoony. They're not going to be quite as good as a dedicated game for Meta Quest. Horizon Worlds has just not that long updated their avatars to make them look a little bit more lifelike to a certain degree, less cartoony and basic and a little bit more detailed. That's one thing that's positive now about the platform, is that they are always evolving it with updates and trying to make it better. The only thing that I would say is that from watching this video, you'll know that it's quite night and day when it comes to what Apple perceive as an avatar persona and what Meta a representation of yourself. Apple have gone more down the more realistic route, or trying to be as realistic as they possibly can for now. Meta, on the other hand, haven't quite gone that way. And it's very much down to the power of the headsets and the capability. On this side, you've got a device that's around £280 in the UK for the baseline 128 model. And what that offers you is an XR2 Gen 2 chip, whereas for 3,500, you're going to be getting more dual chip technology that is custom silicon from Apple. So it's obvious that they are going to have some definite differences in what they are able to perform like and what the graphics capabilities are for each of these headsets. Going back to the Meta Quest 3S, you can go into something called n-gage. Now, n-gage is a paid-for platform and is used by quite a lot of enterprise-based customers. And that is the difference between Horizon Worlds and this, is Horizon Worlds are open to anybody that owns a Quest 3, Quest Pro, Quest 2 even, and Quest 3S. But what you also find is that because it is open to all, you'll get a younger demographic. A lot of them are very young. You've got people in their teens, all the way into, older age. Whereas when you go into something like n-gage, because it is a paid-for platform, you do tend to find it's more adult, it's less of the teenagers, and it is more about maybe collaborative things, events, hosting events as well as attending events. You can have up to 70 people in a set event. I've been in here and I've done events in the past, and it is incredible. Considering the power and the output, it is not going to be as good as Vision Pro, yet to have 70 people in a space and deliver a presentation about whatever your chosen subject is, or have a bit of a round table with people. And you have so many different locations where you can meet people within n-gage. It's a very, very broad platform for being able to set up and educate, or set up and advocate for your chosen subjects and topics. So both these two offer a very adult level of social interaction if you use the right applications. But there are definitely applications that are open to all. Both n-gage and InSpace offer the ability for you to come in through using your smart devices, your phone or your tablet, your iPad in this case. You can do that with n-gage. Now, there are other social applications, things like Rec Room. They offer other experiences, but I wanted to elaborate on what I probably feel like are the most popular when it comes to social applications on the Vision Pro and the Meta Quest 3S, because they sit at polar ends of the spectrum. You're probably going to find that more people have access to a Quest than Apple Vision Pro. But what it will also do, and this video offers you, is an insight into both sides of, or both ends of the spectrum when it comes to XR and spatial computers and what they're capable of doing for you socially. Now, this is really just a part one, because I would like to explore this topic a little bit more as time goes on and as the applications develop and get better. I just wanted you guys, if you weren't aware, that you can go and speak to like-minded people within your own communities based on what headsets you are using. Vision Pro has a fantastic community within InSpace of talented people doing amazing things that offer their own insights into things, but also their own insights into their experiences using Apple Vision Pro. On the other hand, when it comes to things like Meta Horizons, it's definitely geared more to entertainment or delivery of information when it comes to n-gage. n-gage definitely do have fun, and the one thing that I can say about it is that I've been invited to some incredible events over the years. They've done collaborations that are incredibly immersive with the likes of Fatboy Slim. It was absolutely incredible. If you really want to know more about Quest 3S applications, accessories, then we'll be doing more about the Quest 3S in the coming weeks and months. We'll also be looking at more things for Vision Pro, as we always do on the channel. So that is it. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Hit the bell and it will tell you when new videos drop. Also, a big thank you to AnaPro for collaborating with me on this video. They've got a brand new AnaPro A3 Max battery head strap with a 10 milliamp battery within it. It's amazing, gives you extra battery life when using the Quest 3S and the Quest 3, and it adds extra levels of comfort as well. If you want to know about that, go to the link in the description down below, type in AVE in capitals and get yourself a discount on the A3 Max today. And with that, I'll see you for another video really soon. Oh, I think I'm losing my voice. It seems to be very, very croaky. But yeah, I've been really enjoying the Quest 3S. It's a very different device to the Quest 3 in certain ways and very similar in certain ways. But for what you get for £280 is just amazing. Whereas like the Vision Pro is something that's a completely different animal altogether. And it's like apples and oranges. They're just not the same.